God is very angry with you. This is the last time I'm flashing this on your screen. Don't test my patience. Open this within 20 seconds, or you alone will bear the full responsibility for what's about to happen. You're still here, good. That means your spirit already knew this message was not random, it was sent straight to you. Maybe your heart just skipped a beat, maybe your chest feels heavy right now, like the air itself changed. That's because deep down you already know, you were meant to see this, at this exact moment. Don't scroll, don't move, because something bigger than you can imagine is unfolding right now. My beloved child, this is not a coincidence. You have been running from signs that were chasing you, nights when you couldn't sleep, thoughts that wouldn't stop circling, that uneasy feeling, when something seemed off, but you couldn't explain it. You thought it was just your mind, but it wasn't, it was heaven calling you back. God says, this is the final time, I will place mercy in your hands. He has whispered before, he has warned gently, but this time the tone is different. The energy around you is shifting fast, and heaven is stepping in, before you make a choice, that could change everything. Stay till the end, because the moment you look away, you may reopen a door that was closed to protect you. Something or someone you thought was gone forever is circling back. You can already feel its pull, it looks familiar, feels tempting, almost comforting. But it carries the same pain you once begged me to remove. This time you cannot ignore it. God says, I am not angry because you failed, I am angry because you keep touching what I already asked you to release. He's seen the person you kept forgiving, even when they didn't change. The pattern you called just one last time, the habit that drained your strength, you've been asking for peace, yet holding tight to what steals it. And now heaven's patience is wearing thin. Pause for a second, feel that tightening in your chest, that's not fear, it's recognition. Your spirit knows, this message carries truth. Every heartbreak, every delay, every sudden loss, it wasn't random. It was divine interference. Heaven has been protecting you from something that pretends to be light, but carries shadows behind it. God says, I've watched you walk with weights that were never yours to carry. You've been exhausted, because you've been fighting battles that weren't yours. Giving love to people who only took it. Trying to heal what refused to change. And now heaven is drawing a line. Something is coming toward you soon, fast and powerful. It will either restore you, or test you one last time. You are being asked to choose differently, this time. Don't go back, don't reply to that message, don't reopen what I closed. Stay still for a moment, breathe. You are being warned, for your own protection. That sudden wave of emotion you feel right now. That's your soul recognizing divine truth. The person or situation being removed was never meant to walk into your future. God says, I am not punishing you, I am positioning you. He is rearranging your life, not to hurt you, but to save you. The delays were not rejections, they were redirections. The pain you felt was not proof of weakness, it was preparation for the blessing that can only come once you let go of what's blocking it. You are being moved into alignment. Everything that was stolen will be restored, but not if you keep clinging to the thief. Don't scroll, don't doubt, heaven is watching what you do next. The enemy often returns disguised as peace. But God never sends confusion wrapped in comfort. Watch closely, the same temptation will appear soon, but this time you will recognize it. And when you choose to walk away, you will unlock blessings that have been waiting for years. God says, I will replace every tear you cried with joy that will not fade. This message feels heavy because it carries a divine truth your heart has been avoiding. You already knew, you've always known. But now heaven demands a decision. Will you keep touching what wounds you, or will you finally release it, so healing can begin? Something powerful is being prepared for you, a destiny that cannot unfold until you close the wrong chapter completely. That's why this message found you, that's why it feels personal, because it is. My beloved child, stay till the end, don't just listen, decide. Decide to trust, decide to walk away from what weakens you. Decide to stand where heaven can reach you. If this message touched your heart, let it be a sign you were meant to hear it today. Share it with someone who needs to hear it too. Don't keep it to yourself, because the same way heaven reached you, it can reach someone else through you. And if you felt the truth in these words, pause for a second. Like, share, and subscribe to help this message reach every soul that needs divine clarity tonight. You are not alone, you are being guided, you are being protected. God says, this is your moment to finally rise. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. You've been fighting invisible wars inside your heart, battles no one clapped for, tears no one saw. But heaven saw. Every time you broke silently, and still chose to love. Heaven counted it. Every night you prayed for peace, and still woke up heavy. Heaven heard it. And now that same silent strength you built in private has started to shine publicly. And that's what's unsettling, the one who once caused your pain. God says, the light I placed within you is finally showing. But not everyone can stand in that light. Someone from your past is watching from the shadows, trying to measure how far you've come. Their smile hides envy, their words sound gentle, but their energy trembles with fear. They thought you'd stay broken, they never expected you to glow again. Now that you're healing, they're planning their return, not out of love, but out of loss. Stay here, don't scroll. Because heaven wants you to see the pattern, before it repeats. God says, every time you outgrow your pain, darkness sends a familiar face, to pull you back. The one you're being warned about, knows exactly which words melt your guard. They remember how to sound sincere. They'll talk about missing you, about change, about fate. But behind every apology, is a calculation. Behind every message, is a motive. They want to stand under the blessings, raining on your life, without ever standing through the storms that shaped them. You might still feel torn, wondering if people can change. And yes, people can, but their patterns don't lie. Their silence when you needed help, their absence when you were weak, their sudden warmth, now that you're shining. These are not coincidences. Heaven is exposing the contrast, so you can finally see truth, without guilt. God says, stop explaining yourself, to those who were never listening. There's a divine reason this message found you today. You're standing at a crossroad, where your heart wants to forgive, but your soul knows better. That's why your chest tightens, when you think about giving them another chance. That's why your mind replays the old wounds, when you try to justify their return. Your intuition isn't confusion, it's protection in disguise. Don't scroll, stay till the end. Because what's being revealed next, is the very key to your freedom. The person approaching you isn't coming to love you, they're coming to feed off your light. Your peace, your kindness, your forgiveness. It's their fuel. When you glow they survive, when you rest they fade, that's why they always reappear, right when you start to rise again. Heaven is not warning you, to create fear, but to confirm your strength. God says, you've already passed this test once, don't rewrite the lesson. This time you'll feel a strange calm, when they return. Not excitement, not anxiety, just clarity. That calm is your growth talking. It's your spirit remembering, what pain once taught it. You no longer need to prove your goodness, by suffering for it. You don't need to fix, what heaven already removed. Look around, notice how blessings have started to align lately. How peace feels closer than ever. That's not random, that's the space heaven cleared, for what truly belongs to you. Don't let guilt reopen a chapter, that was written in tears. God says, I closed that door, because what's behind it, can't survive, where I'm taking you. Someone is afraid, of losing access to your energy. But heaven is afraid, of losing your destiny. That's why this message carries weight, that's why your soul feels seen. You're being prepared, for a chapter, that will not tolerate old wounds, disguised as love. Stay still for a moment, feel how your heart reacts. Not in panic, but in peace. That peace is your confirmation. The test this time isn't about forgiveness, it's about boundaries. The blessing ahead requires space, and heaven is clearing it for you. My beloved one, listen closely. There's no revenge in walking away quietly. There's power in knowing, when to end a cycle gracefully. You don't owe explanations, to those who watched you break, without offering a hand. You don't owe understanding, to those who misunderstood your kindness, as weakness. Your silence now is protection. Your distance is healing. Your peace is proof, you're finally learning, the language of heaven, obedience through intuition. God says, you are stepping into a season, where peace will no longer be temporary. But to reach it, you must leave, what drains it. So when that message comes, when the call rings, when the memory flashes, pause. Don't answer, don't open the door, that pain keeps knocking on. Remember this moment, this message, this warning. Because heaven rarely repeats, what it already made clear. Stay till the end, my beloved child, because this is your turning point. The weight you feel, isn't punishment, it's release. The truth is surfacing, the test is ending, and the next chapter, is waiting for you, to finally say enough. You were never meant to live in circles, you were meant to rise in straight lines, toward peace. Heaven has already chosen your path, now it's your turn to walk it, with courage, clarity, and faith. That this time you won't go back. Even when the good you hoped for was never truly there. Here's the part that hits hard: heaven isn't fooled by sweet words or sudden kindness. Heaven sees the hidden motives, the talks happening behind your back, the real intention sitting under their smile. And heaven is warning you plainly. Child, this time choose yourself. Don't skip, stay with me till the end. Because the next truth will explain the exact consequence of letting this person back in, and why this is your final chance to end this cycle for good. Feel that shift in your body right now, that tight breath, that chill, that strange alertness. Isn't fear, it's clarity getting closer. This isn't random timing, this is divine timing. Stay right here, because once you hear what's coming next, you'll understand why this warning feels heavier than anything you've heard before. Something huge is about to be revealed, and it will change how you see your past and protect your future. Here's the real warning people miss. God is not only pointing at a person, He is pointing at a consequence. A repeating wound, a cycle that keeps restarting, because the same energy keeps finding its way back into your heart. You heal and they return, you grow and they call, you rise and they reappear. Like they helped you when they were the reason you slowed down. And now, right when your breakthrough is forming, the old weight wants to slip in quietly again. God says, I'm not stopping your blessing, I'm stopping what would destroy it. Listen closely to what happens if you reopen that door. Your blessings don't disappear, they pause. Your progress doesn't end, it slows. Your spirit doesn't die, it dims. Your confidence doesn't vanish, it weakens. And suddenly you're fighting battles that don't belong in this chapter anymore. That's why the warning feels urgent. That's why your intuition has been louder lately. Heaven is preparing something big, something you prayed for when nobody was watching. But it cannot land in a space where old energy still has access. If this is speaking to you, don't keep it inside, tap like, so this reaches the right people. Share it with someone who keeps repeating the same cycle. And subscribe if you want more messages that bring clarity when life feels confusing. Now here's the hidden motive nobody wants to admit. The one trying to return isn't terrified of losing you, they're terrified of losing control over you. Your silence doesn't scare them, your healing does. The distance isn't the problem, your strength is. Because once you step into your next level, you'll finally see the truth about who they really were in your story. And that truth will destroy the image they built inside your mind. God says, they're not chasing your heart, they're chasing the access you used to give. Look at the timing, because timing exposes intention. They see your glow coming back, they see doors opening, they sense opportunities circling you. And their biggest fear is simple: you no longer need them. That's why they're rushing back, with familiar words and familiar excuses. They're trying to attach themselves to a life they didn't help you build. To stand beside you, in a season they never supported you through. Heaven is pulling you aside, right now. Before you mistake strategy for love. Here's the deeper truth, that should set you free. The blessing coming toward you, is not small, not ordinary, and not something your past ever believed you deserved. It's the kind of shift, that rewrites your story, your money, your relationships, your opportunities, even your identity. Peace where there was chaos, clarity where there was confusion, abundance where there was lack. And that's exactly why old energy is fighting so hard to reach you before it arrives. Because once your breakthrough lands, they won't fit in your new life anymore. Don't miss this part, because it explains everything. Old energy always tries to grab you, right before elevation. It's like a final tug on your sleeve, come back, doubt yourself, lower your standards. But your destiny is aligning. And heaven is protecting the alignment. Your standards will rise, your boundaries will rise, your confidence will rise, and the version of you that's coming won't be available for old games. God says, your next chapter requires a cleaner doorway. So here's your moment of power. When they return with the mask, you won't need a debate, you'll need a decision. When the message comes, pause. When the call rings, breathe. When the memory hits, remember why you asked God to remove them the first time. You're not being cruel by choosing peace. You're being wise by choosing growth. And the moment you choose the path, heaven is guiding you toward. Everything that was delayed will start moving again, fast, smoothly, and in your favor. Because this time you didn't go back. You cannot carry old wounds into a new chapter. My beloved one, the pain you've already healed from, has no right to follow you where you're going. The weight that once defined you cannot enter the space heaven is preparing for you. That's why everything around you feels like it's shifting. The people, the emotions, even the silence. Heaven is cleansing your path. The air around your destiny is clearing. And anything that doesn't belong is being pushed away. God says, I have already prepared the table for you, but I cannot let everyone sit at it. This is why people are acting strange, why familiar faces suddenly feel distant. Why connections that once felt warm, now feel cold. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Heaven is rearranging the cast of your story, before your blessing arrives. And while your heart might feel confused, your spirit knows exactly what's happening. You're being positioned for something greater, something permanent, something sacred. Stay with me, don't scroll. Because what I'm about to tell you explains why this shift feels both painful and peaceful at the same time. You've entered a divine waiting room. Everything feels still, yet something within you knows movement is coming. That uneasiness you feel is the stretching of your destiny. The quiet around you is not emptiness, it's preparation. Heaven often hides the biggest breakthroughs behind moments of stillness. So the noise of the past can't interfere. God says, do not mistake silence for absence, I am working in the unseen. Right now you are standing between two seasons. The one you've survived, and the one that's about to bless you. This is why your emotions are unpredictable. One moment you feel strong, the next moment you feel uncertain. It's your soul adjusting to new spiritual altitude. You're leaving behind patterns, people, and energies that cannot breathe where you're headed. Don't skip, stay till the end. Because the next few lines will show you how this new chapter begins. The breakthrough that's approaching won't arrive loudly. It will come quietly, like peace after a storm. You'll notice it through small confirmations, unexpected messages, sudden relief, divine timing, that seems too perfect to be coincidence. Doors will open without effort, opportunities will appear without warning. The things that used to frustrate you will suddenly start working in your favor. That's not luck, it's alignment. Heaven has been aligning the pieces behind your back, while you were focused on healing your heart. Every delay was a reroute, every no was protection, every closed door was preparing you for the one that only you could open. God says, the time you thought was wasted was the season I was building your wings. And now the moment those wings unfold, gravity from your past will try to pull you down. That's why you're being warned, again and again. Because heaven knows how easily compassion can become a doorway for chaos. This time you must guard your peace, like treasure. You must treat your energy like a gate. Not everyone deserves entry. You've been through too much to let small tests steal your elevation. You didn't survive all those lonely nights just to repeat the same lessons. You didn't cry all those tears just to rebuild what broke you. You didn't heal this far just to hand your peace back to the same hands that shattered it. God says, when I elevate you, not everyone can breathe where you're going. And that's exactly where you are now. On the edge of transformation. A divine pivot point, where one decision can rewrite your entire destiny. Stay still for a second, feel it. That vibration in your chest, that wave of warmth running through you. That's confirmation. Heaven is touching your awareness. This is not imagination, this is the moment your spirit has been waiting for. My beloved child, the new chapter won't require you to chase anything. It will flow to you. You won't need to beg for alignment, it will meet you halfway. The love that's meant for you will not confuse you. The opportunity designed for you will not exhaust you. The peace you've been praying for will no longer slip through your fingers. But heaven is asking one final thing. Protect your gate. If the past knocks, do not answer. If old emotions whisper, do not listen. If familiarity tempts you, remember how much it once cost you. Your future is too expensive to fund with your pain. Stay here with me, don't scroll. Because the moment you truly let go, the blessing will not just visit, it will stay. You'll wake up one morning, and realize everything finally makes sense. The heaviness will lift, the uncertainty will fade, and what once hurt you, will no longer have power over your heart. God says, your new life begins, the second you stop reopening old wounds. This is it, the turning point, heaven has been preparing you for. Since the first warning appeared. You were never forgotten, you were being fortified. And now as the old world falls away, the new one is rising within you. Take a breath, look around. Everything you prayed for is already on its way. All heaven asks is that you stay ready, stay aware, and stay true to your healing. Because the next chapter is not about who hurt you, it's about who you're becoming. Both paths will look the same at first glance. Both will whisper promises, both will pull on your emotions. But only one of them carries destiny, the other carries distraction. The challenge is not in seeing the difference, it's in trusting your spirit, when logic gets confused. That's why heaven is making your intuition louder right now. That's why everything around you suddenly feels intense. The test is not external, it's internal. God says, the road to your blessing will look like the road to your past. But if you listen to peace, you will know which one is mine. My beloved child, don't rush this choice. The energy you choose right now will echo into everything that comes next. Take a deep breath, and listen. Not to the noise, but to the stillness underneath. The truth is already speaking, it just needs your silence, to be heard. You're being asked to pause, before you step. Not because heaven doubts you, but because heaven is aligning everything with precision. Sometimes the delay isn't punishment, it's protection. Sometimes what looks like a closed door, is simply heaven making sure the timing doesn't destroy the blessing. Stay with me, don't scroll. Because what I'm about to reveal next, will show you, the exact moment, your destiny begins to unfold. When your true breakthrough begins, it won't come with chaos. It will come with calm. Not noise, not drama, clarity. You'll feel it in your chest first, a quiet confidence, that doesn't need validation. Things that used to shake you, will no longer move you. People who once had power over your peace, will fade without confrontation. That's how you'll know heaven has officially stepped in. God says, I am not sending you a repeat, I am sending you restoration. You'll wake up one morning, and realize, that the heaviness you carried for years, has disappeared. The same situations that once scared you, will now make you smile. Because you'll finally understand, why they had to happen. Everything that felt like loss, was preparation. Every goodbye was redirection. Every tear watered the ground, you're about to walk on. My beloved one, this is why heaven sounds firm. The blessing coming toward you, is not just about your comfort, it's about your calling. It's about aligning you, with the version of yourself, that was buried under pain, doubt, and survival. You are not being rebuilt to go back, you are being reborn, to rise higher. Don't skip, stay till the end. Because what comes next, will show you, the final step, heaven needs from you. Now that you've healed enough, to see clearly. Heaven is testing your readiness, through choice. Every divine door requires proof of growth. The proof is not in what you say, it's in what you no longer entertain. The same test will appear, the same emotion will rise. But this time your reaction, will decide your promotion. God says, your strength is not proven by what you fight. It's proven by what you walk away from. There's a reason your old world is trying to pull you back, while your new world is trying to open. You are standing on the bridge between the two. Every thought, every choice, every action, from this moment, is a key. If you walk in fear, the door delays. If you walk in faith, the door unlocks. Heaven is not testing your patience anymore, it's testing your trust. You've been asking, when will it happen? But heaven has been asking, when will you let go? This is the exchange: surrender for speed, release for revelation. The moment you stop fighting, what's leaving, what's meant for you, will arrive without resistance. You'll look around, and realize, that the people, the timing, and the opportunities, all align perfectly. As if heaven itself, rearranged the world just for you. And in truth it did. God says, the same hands that broke you, will not be the ones to bless you. I have new hands waiting to lift you. The weight you feel in this moment, is not punishment, it's the last squeeze, before breakthrough. Just like a seed feels pressure, before it breaks open. Your spirit is expanding, before it blossoms. You're not being buried, you're being planted. Don't scroll, don't doubt, stay till the end. You are seconds away from clarity. My beloved child, heaven didn't bring you this far, to watch you fall back. Everything you lost, was training. Every lonely season, was sacred conditioning. For the stage that's about to light up before you. You've already proven your endurance, now it's time to prove your discernment. The chapter that's opening for you, is one where peace becomes your foundation. Not your reward. You will no longer chase stability, you'll attract it. You will no longer beg for love, you'll embody it. You will no longer question your purpose, you'll live it. God says, the storm was never sent to break you. It was sent to reveal, what could not be shaken. So take this moment, as your confirmation. You are ready. Heaven has already written, the next line of your story. The only thing left, is for you to say yes to it, to walk through the door, without looking back. Because the second you do, the blessing that's been circling your life, will finally land. And nothing, not even the past, will be able to take it from you. People who once drained you, will fall away without confrontation. And the strange part is, you won't even feel the urge to chase them. You'll just blink, and the attachment will be gone. The anxiety that used to sit on your chest, will loosen. And you'll realize, heaven didn't remove them with drama, heaven removed them with clarity. God says, what is not assigned to your future, will not survive in your presence. Notice how your cravings will change first. You'll stop wanting what used to hurt you. You'll stop romanticizing the past. You'll stop explaining yourself, to people who only understood you, when you were convenient. That is the first sign, the shift is active. Your spirit stops negotiating, with what God already closed. Here's the second sign, and it's going to feel almost unreal. Peace will show up, before proof does. You won't have all the answers yet, but you'll feel steady. The same situation, that once triggered panic, will now feel small. That calm isn't you being fine, that calm is heaven holding your hand, while your life rearranges. God says, I am not taking from you, I am making room for you. Now watch closely, because the blessing won't arrive as one big moment. It will arrive as a chain reaction. One message, that changes a plan. One opportunity, that unlocks another. One connection, that introduces you to the right door. One yes, that ends years of waiting. It will feel like the world suddenly remembers your name. If this is speaking to you, don't keep it quiet. Like this video, so the message reaches more souls who need it, and subscribe, so you don't miss what comes next. Your support helps this light travel. The most shocking part, the people who try to keep you small, will act confused, when you stop reacting. They'll test you, with old patterns, old guilt, old words. But you will not argue, you will not prove, you will simply choose yourself. Because choosing yourself, is how you honor, what heaven is building. God says, you are not returning to survival, you are stepping into overflow. And when overflow begins, you'll see it everywhere. Money won't just come, it will stabilize. Relationships won't just start, they will feel safe. Your mind won't just rest, it will become clear. The fog will lift, and you'll finally understand why the heartbreak had to happen. It broke the chain that was tied to your ankles. Listen carefully to this final instruction. Keep your gate clean. Not everyone who knocks deserves entry. Not every memory deserves a replay. Not every emotion deserves control. When the past calls, let it ring. When the old door creaks, keep it shut. Your breakthrough is sensitive, and your peace is the lock. God says, I did not bring you this far, to hand your future back to your fear. So take one deep breath, and step forward. Even if your hands shake, step forward. Even if your heart is healing, step forward. The chapter ahead isn't built on what you lost, it's built on what you learned. And the moment you keep walking, without looking back, you'll realize the curtain didn't just open, it fell. And a new life started in front of you. Here's the twist you didn't expect, the moment you stop chasing, you start receiving. You'll notice delays turning into perfect timing, closed doors turning into safer routes. What you thought was rejection, will reveal itself as rescue. And you'll feel gratitude, for what didn't work out. Archangel Michael says, guard your mind like a doorway, because your next season is protected. Watch for the final confirmation. Your courage will feel louder than your fear. You'll say no without shaking, you'll leave without begging, you'll choose rest without guilt, and you'll realize the greatest miracle wasn't the blessing at all. It was the strength God built inside you, while you were waiting. God says, the moment you believe me over your memories, you activate what has been waiting. Now open your eyes, to the people who truly belong in your future. They won't drain you, to prove loyalty. They won't punish you, for boundaries. They will add peace, not pressure. And when you meet them, maybe a mentor, a partner, a new circle, you'll feel it instantly. This is safe, this is aligned. So do one simple thing today. Make a clean decision. Delete what keeps pulling you back, unfollow what poisons your peace, stop revisiting the conversation that broke you. Replace it with one act of faith: pray, journal, apply, learn, show up. Your destiny doesn't need a perfect you, it needs a willing you. God says, I will meet you in motion. And when it starts unfolding, don't hide your testimony. Share this message with someone who feels stuck in a loop. Because your voice might be the sign they've been begging for. Stay gentle, stay grounded, and keep walking. You are not late, you're right on time. The next chapter won't prove itself by noise, it will prove itself by peace, consistency, and the quiet certainty that you are finally where you belong. And that's when the trap you thought was permanent starts melting like ice in sunlight. The situations that once pinned you down will loosen without a fight. And you'll feel the difference before you can even explain it. Doors you stopped knocking on will open. The heaviness you carried will fade so slowly, and then so suddenly, that one day you'll realize it's gone. Here's the part that will make you pause. You're about to wake up and recognize yourself again. Not the tired version, not the anxious version, the aligned version, stronger, clearer. Don't skip, stay till the end. Because this transformation isn't a fantasy, it's already happening beneath the surface of your life. Now listen, my beloved child, your elevation won't be quiet. It will be undeniable. The people who doubted you will witness your rise. The ones who underestimated you will hear your name in places they never expected. And the ones who tried to keep you small will watch you surpass every limit. Not for revenge, but because divine alignment refuses to let you shrink anymore. This new story is about purpose, breakthrough, and who you become. Don't scroll, stay with me till the end. Because the ultimate turning point is here. And it explains why this final warning found your screen today. Something colossal is approaching your destiny. And you are one decision away from stepping into it. Feel that pressure in your heartbeat, that pull in your chest, that quiet whisper inside saying, don't skip. That's not fear, it's timing. Heaven is placing you exactly where you need to be, in this second. So you can see what's trying to follow you into your future. Stay right here, this is where everything becomes crystal clear. My beloved one, God is not only calling you forward. God is also blocking the past from walking in behind you. A person, a memory, a pattern, something familiar, is trying to reattach itself. Right as your blessings are preparing to arrive. And heaven knows, if that old energy enters your new chapter, it won't just distract you, it will delay what's already been approved. It will dull your clarity, drain your power, and make you question what you were finally starting to trust. God says, this is your turning point. Choose alignment over familiarity. Stay till the end, this is your confirmation. And here's the ultimate revelation. This season is different. Because heaven will no longer allow anything unaligned to stay in your life. Not people who pretend to care, not habits that quietly steal your focus, not fear that keeps you small, not memories that pull you backward. Heaven is cleansing your path, clearing your energy, and cutting away every hidden barrier that was silently blocking your breakthrough. So what's meant for you can finally land without interference. You might feel certain endings happening fast. Some conversations will die off, some connections will fade, some routines will stop feeling normal. That isn't loss, it's protection in motion. The moment you stop reopening old doors, the right doors start recognizing you. You won't have to beg for peace, you'll live in it. You won't have to chase stability, it will come. You'll notice your standards rising, your boundaries getting stronger, and your spirit getting calmer. If this is speaking to you, do something small but powerful. Like this, so the message reaches who it's meant for. Share it with someone standing at their own crossroads. And subscribe, so you stay connected, as your life shifts into this new chapter. Watch how the breakthrough activates. Inner peace comes before outer proof. You'll feel steady first, then you'll see movement. An opportunity, a message, a door opening, where you only saw walls. And then you'll recognize the protection. The wrong energy won't even reach you, the way it used to. It will bounce off your boundaries, it will fail to hook your emotions, and you'll realize, you're not fighting the same battle anymore. Because you're not the same person anymore. Archangel Michael says, stand firm. What is meant for you will not require you to shrink. When the curtain fully lifts, the outcome will feel effortless. The draining people will detach naturally, the confusing situations will resolve, without you forcing them. And the right support will appear in unexpected places. You'll see stability touching your finances, sincerity touching your relationships, and calm touching your mind. You won't be guessing anymore, you'll be guided step by step, into what was always yours. So take this final instruction. And hold it like a key. Do not let your past make decisions for your future. Don't carry yesterday's wounds into tomorrow's blessing. Don't return to the lesson to see if it changed. Choose yourself without guilt, choose peace without explaining. Because the moment you keep that door shut, the blessing doesn't just approach. It arrives. And it stays. And your old chapter becomes a distant memory, you no longer need to revisit.